When I started all the interviews, I ask, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Gregory Douglass, and I'm an independent singer-songwriter.
And how long have you been a singer and songwriter?
For about 6 or 7 years, since I graduated high school in '99. I just decided not to go to college and go straight for music because I had already gotten a head start in high school with recording and writing, and figured I didn't need a degree to be an independent musician, and might as well do it while I'm young and energetic.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Is that is your basic means of support music, or do you have another side job that you?
No, I'm full-time. It's been a little over 3 years full-time, and I used to have a part-time job, but I'm making it work on a full-time schedule now.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Have you produced CDs or?
Yep, I have 5 records out right now. I'm working on my 6th right now that I'm hoping to release in the fall of 2006.
That's excellent. Wow, 6 of them. That's very impressive.
Yeah, thanks.
So I saw on your website when I went there that you were doing some sort of cross-country trip. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it's actually going to be my first national solo tour by car. I make a pretty comfortable living in the Northeast because we're just saturated with venues and opportunities for solo artists. But I have been taking trips in the spring and in the fall to the Midwest and the South and the West Coast, although I usually fly to the West Coast and rent a car when I do that. So I feel like I have my feet wet enough in enough regions that I'm ready to take on the whole country, finally.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And what I did read was that something about house parties?
Yeah, I'm glad you're asking about that, actually. I do a lot of house concerts. It's kind of a new thing that a lot of independent singer-songwriters are doing, and
what is it?
Almost reviving an old concept. It's literally a concert in someone's living room or someone's home, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I know that, I mean, it's something they used to do like in the 60s or whatever, but not as organized as it is today. I mean, I actually have a page on my website dedicated to house concerts and how they work, and it's still new. A lot of people are catching on to them, and it's rare when I play a house concert and people don't love it by the end of it that haven't experienced it before. In fact, there are a lot of people that do full-on series, like house concert series once a month or whatever, that enjoy it so much, and it's pretty doable for most people that present them, because I usually take like a suggested donation approach where the host asks their guests to donate $10 or whatever, and so that way it's affordable for everyone.
Yeah,
and
that's so neat.
And it's a lot of fun. I usually end up making more money at house concerts than any other type of venue, aside from maybe college performances, but there's a lot more potential to make money from people just donating, as well as CD sales are usually very good at house concerts because it's such an intimate experience. It really
You've
has
seen
a big
the artist,
impact.
you've heard the artist, you've met the artist, and now you can take the artist's CD home. That's cool.
Yeah, yeah, and you really feel like you're good friends with them afterwards. And whenever you have like a good friend that's a musician, you sort of want everyone to know about them, and I think you're that more apt to be a dedicated follower, you know, and in fact, usually the new areas that I go in, play a house concert or two, if I come back to that area 6 months later, then a lot of people that come to the shows tend to be people I met at house concerts. So it's a really exciting new concept that is really catching on.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
So what is the feeling like getting up in front of, not at a house party per se, but even at a house party, but at like a big venue or something with a large group of people? What is the feeling like getting up in front of all those people?
Well, I've learned to kind of hide behind the microphone. I don't know. I've gotten used to it. It's a lot more comfortable though to play in intimate settings for me. I think just because I've been used to that. Maybe, I'm not sure why, but the few times that I've played at a big festival or opened up for a bigger act, and there's just been a huge stage and tons of people to the point where you almost can't see. Well, not almost can't see, but everyone's so small out there, you know. It just feels so, I feel so detached from the audience, so that makes me feel uncomfortable. I have definite stage fright when it comes to that. But it is a lot easier behind a microphone versus, I mean, some house concerts I'll play without amplification. I'll just sit there and play. But most of the time I'll bring like a speaker, that way the levels are balanced and everything, and I just go into my own zone once I start. You know, sometimes it's a little awkward at first, especially if the crowd is not used to, you know, like a house concert, or I just played a college show recently. I was kind of their guinea pig. I was their first coffee house performance that they've ever done at this school, I guess. And so a lot of people came, but they weren't quite sure what to do.
Right.
So it was a little awkward at first, but once I start, I'm fine.